Generational poverty operates like physical gravity. It is a constant statistical weight that holds people at the starting line, often deciding the outcome of a race before the first step is even taken. For one young boy born into these exact conditions, this meant living an endless daily loop of grueling servitude. Every morning, he joined his father on the station platform, pouring tea for travelers moving toward their futures, while his own life remained entirely static. He had no material leverage, often working without shoes on his feet and ending most days without enough food for a full meal. The physical hunger was matched by a social rejection that was just as consistent. The people around him were quick to offer a prediction that he would never amount to anything. This constant negativity serves a specific purpose. It creates a mental loop where failure isn't just a possibility, it becomes the expected outcome. Escaping this zero state requires more than just effort. It requires breaking the physical constraints of poverty and the mental cage of a society that has already written you off. He chose to ignore that script. He left the village behind and moved into the expansive, indifferent machinery of the city. The massive city offered no warm welcome. He arrived with no professional identity, no social network, and zero safety net. His survival depended on a brutal dual life strategy. During the day, he traded his physical stamina for low-wage labor, just to secure a place to sleep. But every night, while the city slept, he studied. He spent years learning the mechanics of commerce, accumulating the intellectual capital his background denied him. He was no longer just merely surviving. He was systematically converting his only asset, time, into the specialized knowledge required to jump to a different social class. This period of study led to a change in his internal logic. He began to see that staying within the safety of a daily wage would keep him trapped, and that escaping required a shift toward much larger, riskier objectives. He leveraged years of micro-savings from manual labor to launch his first independent venture. It was built entirely on sweat equity, without outside funding. The initial results were discouraging. He faced a lack of support and persistent cash shortages that made the temptation to return to the village almost overwhelming. His hidden advantage was compounding resilience. Having survived extreme deprivation, the standard failures of a new business felt manageable. His trauma became psychological armor. He processed every setback as a data point, using failure to build a stronger foundation for the next attempt. His ultimate edge wasn't money. It was a refusal to follow conventional logic, a stubbornness that allowed him to outlast his better-funded competitors. Years of that relentless iteration eventually scaled his small operation into a structural force in the economy, a multi-million-dollar empire built from the ground up. The man managing this organization is the same barefoot boy who once spent his mornings pouring tea on a station platform. Today, the same society that once predicted his failure now analyzes his career, trying to understand the specific methods he used to survive the odds. His trajectory proves that success in business is not strictly tied to your starting capital or whether society gives you permission to succeed. In the end, the most significant rewards belong to those who look at a situation others call impossible and simply refuse to recognize the concept of defeat.